I'm Tiffany, and 1 year ago I bought a 110-year-old estate where I'm living while I work on the Angel Tarot for Llewellyn Worldwide with Leeza Robertson. Here's what happened last week. I promise you it is not foggy out here, and I was going to show you my new chickens, but you can't even see them because it's that humid this morning. Well, I'm going to let them out. They're like babies, and I tried to give them to one of my hens, and she didn't accept them, so I've been keeping them separate for several weeks, and I felt like they were big enough yesterday. I mixed them in with my flock. We'll see if they survive the night. I'm trying to get all set up to paint, but for some reason none of my printers are connecting to the computer wirelessly. I don't know. We're having a storm kind of moving over, maybe around. Sometimes that makes the internet, the Wi-Fi especially, kind of weird. I'm gonna just take a picture of my reference photo with my phone and look at that, because really I just want to make sure I get the anatomy on the neck right. That's it.
Fill the tires with nails.
Nice.
Flat tires going.
Okay, Wolfgang, I'm on the phone right now. He just wants to get on the computer, but we have just one cloud kind of moving through, and I'm not sure if it's gonna do something. Well, it's raining. Just like that. Oh, I forgot the puppies are outside.
Uh-oh.
Hang on a second. Hey, puppers. I'm sorry. You know, I started looking at the area where I think we can put the barn, and I'm wondering if we should wait to rent the shredder until we've cut all that stuff down.
Probably.
Because there's like at least 4 or 5 trees that we'll have to cut down. It'll be nice to have a studio where I can actually mount things to the wall again, and then I can put my camera up where the puppies can't bump it all the time.
Oh, you want to paint it red?
Yeah, I want to paint it red. Okay, lunch break.
For I dipped into the past, far as Spec Ops 12 could see. The Crimean Peninsula, she announced, has again come under scrutiny this week as the Crimean War enters its 131st year. Pressure groups both at home and abroad are pushing for a peaceful end to hostilities.
What began as an excuse to curb Russia's expansionism in 1854.
Sebastopol, a heavily fortified English garrison town with little remaining of its architectural and historical heritage. The smell of cordite and the crack of exploding shells filled my head.
Why did I pick
Others
this book?
have not been so lucky.
Wow, that's a fun book pick. Really just goes to show that there is just nothing that hasn't already happened. Or been imagined. There's nothing original. Anyway, fuck. I'm gonna try to at least finish the hand today. Beep, and then it would rumble like it was starting up, and then it would turn off, and then it would beep, and it would rumble. Pretty miserable day on 6 hours of sleep. Because of course I didn't go to bed when I should have. Because, well, there was fireworks, and I don't want to be that person that calls the police because their neighbors keep shooting off fireworks, but sometimes I really understand where those people are coming from. Because some people just don't know when enough is enough. The flies that keep getting in here, get away from me. Oh my god.
So, I probably won't be home until 7:30ish.
Okay.
I don't need cupboard doors or anything. It just be all shelving instead of doors.
It can be just open like plywood and 2x4 shelves. I don't know. I hate the name Waleska because it sounds like Evil Universe Alaska. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm really tired of just editing video of me painting. You might be tired of watching it, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go out in the garden this morning. I'm gonna try to take you with me. I'm gonna try. If it's really humid like yesterday, then you won't be able to see anything. So there was one I cut off here that came straight out. This one comes up at a 45-degree angle and it's got more leaves coming off the sides. This is a sucker, and you can cut it and then just stick it in the ground and it will grow roots and be another tomato plant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all these off like that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all the leaves off below where I have tomatoes growing. That's because all these leaves take a lot of energy. And like this one isn't producing anything. The other thing about the leaves is that they encourage fungal growth, and they also encourage bugs like hornworms. And I'm having some kind of problems. Not sure yet what it is. As you can see, my tomatoes in this bed has become a really big, unruly mess. So I'm going to prune everything that I can so we have more visibility and I can actually find my ripe tomatoes in here somewhere. Some pool water on my face. Hold my glasses, will you? It's really hot out here, so I accidentally cut off some of those. One fell off while I was trimming, and then the others are ready to go in and ripen on the countertop. So I feel like there's always just like a lot to tidy up here. It's really weird working on something like this when you have always worked for yourself, because usually when I finish a new piece, I post it all over the internet and promote it like crazy. And with this, kind of waiting until I get a lot of it finished. Because I don't want to spoil so much of the work that, I don't know, people don't like buy the deck or something. It's going to be the Hermit for the Angel Tarot deck I've been working on. You just want to make sure your hand or your paint is dry before you rub them with your hand. Then this other one is actually not done because I'm going to finish it in Photoshop. And that is something that I have been compromising on because it'll save me some time, to be honest with you. I'm obviously painting these on paper. Oh. It requires some special preparation, but you can paint with oils on paper. And just for economy and availability of materials and things like that, that's what I'm doing. Also, is this space. Okay, so I'm gonna put this guy in right side up. And as you can see, I have reused this paper. Like I said, space, economy, materials. And I'll flip it over and I'll scan it upside down. And then I'll flip them both upright and superimpose one over the other in Photoshop. And that will help to eliminate any like textural abnormalities in the scan, because the shadow will be caught from like one direction as the light passes over the painting, and then it goes from the other direction. And then when you put them over the top of each other, they cancel each other out. It's amazing. But yeah, I'm just reusing stuff as much as I can. I'm trying to make this take up as least space as possible, like physical space, because I don't have that much in my studio. And also, because of everything that's been going on in the world in the last few years, materials have been a little hit or miss sometimes. And because materials have been a little hit or miss, well, some of the companies have started discontinuing things like certain kinds of paper. So I had a bunch of this that I bought when I started my career because I really liked this paper back then. I didn't use it for a long time because I was using watercolors, and it's not meant for watercolors. And then I started this project and I was like, you know what, I have a ton of that Bristol board laying around. And once you prime it, it'll hold oil paint just fine, but it is not sized for watercolor paint at all. So don't put watercolor paint on Bristol board. All right, time to do a bunch of computer work. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll actually get to go over there today. Maybe. I even got my palette out of the freezer. You know, if you put it in the freezer, your oil paint doesn't dry as fast. So I got my palette out of the freezer. I'm like all ready to go, but I gotta do some computer work. So we'll see how long this takes.